We are joined by New York City police officer James Browning. He served 20 years in the Marine Corps and now helps the NYPD recruit other veterans. Thanks so much for being here.
It's my pleasure.
What was your transition like, leaving the military, leaving the Marine Corps, and joining the NYPD? What made you decide to join?
Well, being a police officer is something that I wanted to do most of my life, and I kind of took the scenic route to ultimately get here. I came on the police department when I was 40 years old. I had worked with the Department of Mental Health prior to going in the Marine Corps in 1978. I worked as a Hawk missile operator at the Cherry Point. Then I left the Marine Corps and came on to the police department. And I left the Marine Corps, I had 16 years in. I stayed reserve, I came on this job. And after working 4.5 years, I said, well, let me go back to the Marine Corps and finish what I started to get my active duty retirement. This police department allows you to do that up to 5 years of military time that counts on this job.
And it's one job that will always welcome you back.
Always. As long as you're doing the right thing, they will always welcome you back.
Why do you think it's such a natural and easy transition?
Well, military, paramilitary, you're used to taking orders, you're used to following, you have pride in what you do, pride in belonging to an organization, and you're going to probably find that same thing on any police department. There's pride in being there, serving and protecting their neighborhood or their country, transition from protecting your country to protecting your neighborhood. And
you actively want people in the military to join your ranks?
We would love for people in the military to join the ranks. Again, you bring to us a lot of decisiveness, dependability, good judgment, cohesive unit work. We speak as us, not I, and that's what we're looking for. We are a strong police department, 35,000 plus strong, and we're always looking for someone that can come and think on their feet and to enhance and make us that much better. We need people that can think on their feet and do the right thing, and basically not to infringe on anyone else's rights, and understand what it is for people to have rights. That's what they fight to make sure that people have those rights.
It's the most important thing in a life and death situation that could happen in the military, or the NYPD for that matter.
Yes, ma'am.
Why is it so important to you to make a commitment to hiring these veterans and take these initiatives?
Well, we, as a department, as a country, we appreciate what veterans do for us, and every opportunity that we can to help them to make a smoother transition and to find employment once they decide to leave the military, we're going to do that. Now, it is a civil service test, so there's certain civil service rules to take an exam in New York City, but we go as far as we can to ensure that if a veteran wants the opportunity to come on this job, we're going to make it as smooth as possible for them to do that.
So if someone is watching this and they say, okay, I'm going to listen to James, I want to take that test, what do they do?
Well, the first thing you can do is you can go to our website, nypdrecruit.com. There's a wealth of information about the hiring process, what it's going to take, requirements to become a police officer. And if there's any other answers that you haven't found on that website, you can always call us at 212-RECRUIT. And 9 times out of 10, I'm going to answer that line, a couple other people, because I do work in that area. You can also go to our chat line on Tuesdays and Thursdays between 11 o'clock and 4 o'clock, and you can actually speak with a recruiter, live chat with a recruiter to get answers to questions that you may have.
And the NYPD has some initiatives to make it easier for veterans to apply, right?
Yes, ma'am, we do. Actually, for a veteran, the fee to take the exam is waived, so a veteran can show proof of being a veteran, and he wouldn't have to pay, he or she wouldn't have to pay to take our exam. Whereas a civilian would have to pay. It is a fee.
Do you find any challenges in recruiting military veterans right now?
Well, there's always a challenge in recruiting. Recruiting is a little different, though, for the police department than it was in the military. Military, you meet someone and you stay with them and you go the whole 9 yards until they actually commit to a contract. Here, you're trying to let someone know this is a job, civil service job. So it's kind of different. They may meet you, you get them to take the test, and you may never see them again. But I would impress upon any military person to look at this as a viable option. You're going to have an opportunity to meet diversity with the most diverse department in the world. You're going to meet people from every walk of life. You're going to be able to take what you do in the military and translate to using that here. What
if someone in the military is watching this and just really apprehensive about New York City?
Well, I would say to them, because we recruit all over, and you can take the test living anywhere. But in the military, you've left home, you've traveled, you've gone around the world, you've been stationed in different bases. So you're used to moving and going to different places. So coming to New York would be just like making another PCS move or going from one station to the other. And then you adapt to wherever you are. You'll find somewhere, again, in this diverse city, there's someone from your neck of the woods that you will be able to relate to somewhere in this city. So it's military people, for the most part, are used to uprooting the family or whatever and moving and continuing to march and doing the things they need to do to accomplish the mission, that mission being becoming a New York City police officer.
Great and helpful tips. New York City Police Officer James Browning, thank you for joining us on Hiring America.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.